051 Young Money is a renegade gang known for putting down their ops, and allegedly the Chicago gang is responsible for over 40 murders throughout Chicago. Plus, they even are known to be great enemies with Parkway Gardens, better known as O Block. This is Top Trend TV, and this is the hit list of 051 Young Money.
Around, man. Drillers, bitch. Freedom guys, man. BDK, man. No 06 photo. Niggas can drop money, but can't come out them all fake though, man. Motherfuckers out here fake acting like gangsters and shit. Y'all fucking real Young Money, no.
With CDK,
Fuck all of them niggas.
051 Young Money is a renegade gang out of Chicago, Illinois, mixed with mainly Mickey Cobras and Black P Stones, but also has a few of gangster disciples and black disciples. 051 gang territory ranges from 48th to 51st, Cottage Grove to St. Lawrence, and it is speculated that 051 is responsible for over 40 murders in Chicago. Plus, 051 is known to heavily beef with black disciple sets such as THF 46, 600, and Lamron, which means they are BDK, which stands for Black Disciple Killer. This gang was founded in the 1960s and are mostly allied with sets such as 757, MOB, and Geo Drive, and much more. Plus, 051 used to be allied with STL/EBT and 800, but they would have a fallout due to 051 clicking up with their rivals. Some other names 051 go by is Low City, Zeko World, Mark Block, and Melliway. But it wouldn't be until 2014 until 051 would start gaining attention, because Lil Marc and Rockhead was charged with the murder of an upcoming rapper, which was L.A. Capone, who was shot and killed in 2013. But one of the first losses that 051 would take was on March 13th, 2008. Carlos Merrills, aka Los, an 051 Young Money member, was shot and killed in the 4800 block of South Drexel Avenue. His killer, Franco from Drexside, who's been active since the 90s, was arrested a few days after Los' deaths. And after his death, they nicknamed 051 Low City. But only about 6 months later, 051 would lose another well-loved member, September 27th, 2008. A guy by the name of Isaiah Walker, aka Zeko, was returning home from Ashton University until a friend he met at the barbershop asked Zeko to eat with him at McDonald's. And right outside the McDonald's parking lot, a fight would break out with Zeko and rival gang members, when Zeko would be shot multiple times by a THF 46 member named Akee, and Zeko was pronounced dead the next day. Akee would then be arrested for murder until he would flee the state and be on the run for almost a year, up until he was caught again in 2009. Akee is now serving 28 years for the murder of Zeko, and 051 Young Money would create the name Zeko World in honor of Zeko. Plus, Lil Marc would drop a music video called Zeko World in October of 2011. The next member 051 would lose was a young guy, and he was only 14 years old. June 22nd, 2012, Antonio Davis, aka Fathead, was walking with his 21-year-old cousin to get a drink from the store, all up until a van would pull up, where 2 rival gang members would get out and shoot Fathead 10 times in total. Antonio Davis, aka Fathead, was pronounced dead on the scene. And this murder right here was a pretty big loss for 051. And 051 didn't get any get back all up until 2013, because allegedly they would take the life of an upcoming 600 rapper that was about to blow. On September 26, 2013, Leonard Anderson, aka L.A. Capone, would be shot 3 times in the back while leaving the studio, and he would be taken to the hospital where he would later die. L.A. Capone was an upcoming 600 rapper and was pulling millions of views on YouTube right before his death. He was also close to Lil Durk, but less than a year later, 051 would lose another high-ranking member. He was also an upcoming rapper too, and this guy was known for dissing in his music. March 25th, 2014, Mark Campbell, aka Lil Marc, was shot 3 days after releasing a diss track about OTF. He was shot 2 times in the head at a bus stop, and he was pronounced dead on the scene. 051 knew they needed to get back for this murder of Lil Marc, so they went out searching and had set up a close member to Lil Durk. June 2nd, 2014, around 3:20 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon, MacArthur Swindle, aka OTF Nunu, was seated in an SUV outside of a parking lot in the 700 block of East 87th Street when someone approached on foot and fired shots. OTF Nunu then crashed the SUV in a nearby storefront window, and around 3:25 p.m., OTF Nunu was dead at the scene. He was known to be close to Lil Durk, and he was one of the label's hottest members. His music was also good, and he was pulling millions of views throughout streaming platforms. So this was a big loss for OTF at this time, but the war had to go on with an ending cycle of Get Back, with young black men losing their life at young ages, because this next member was a THF member, and he was only the age of 15 when he died, and the guy that supposedly killed him was a high-ranking 051 member and was speculated to have over 7 bodies. So this guy had no problem putting down his ops, and on May 15th, 2015, 051 Melly and 051 Earl would go looking for a guy by the name of THF Raheem. THF Raheem shot at Melly a couple days before his death, and when Melly and Earl found him, he was with a group of his friends, and allegedly, Melly shot Raheem in the head and shot another one of his friends. With him surviving, Raheem died at only the age of 15. With Raheem being out the way, Melly couldn't have Raheem shooting at him no more. He knew that Raheem was a high risk and would take him out at any time. But on November 18th, 2016, TTB Nez, a member close with 051 Young Money, and would drop a diss track titled After Ops Part 2. And in the diss track, TTB Nez goes to diss 20 dead rival gang members, with a bunch of infamous 051 Young Money members in the back of the music video. And just 9 days after dropping the music video, on November 26, 2016, Bankroll Q, a 051 member, will be shot and killed by Foley Boys and a GGE member at a house party. However, one of Bankroll Q's alleged killers, Lil Del from Foley Boys, was killed just 12 hours after Bankroll Q's death. The 2 other alleged killers, Breeze from GGE, was shot and killed out of town in 2017, and Twy from GGE was shot and killed in 2018. But just 3 days after Trayvon from THF 46 was killed by 051 Young Money, on November 30th, 2016, THF 46 will get revenge in only 3 days on December 2nd, 2016 at 2:50 p.m. when Sharp Mac from 051 Young Money, whose real name is Curtis Noels, was walking down the Cornell Park in the 5400 block of South Cornell, all up until a masked gunman would sneak up from behind him and open fire before running to a nearby car and driving away. Sharp Mac was pronounced dead at 3:04 p.m. But the first body 051 would get in 2017 was Kamari Belmont, aka Bob O. Bob O was 23 years old and he was a THF member. He was already a big threat for 051 Young Money, allegedly taking out some of their members, and on May 1st, 2015, Bob O and 2 other members were arrested after being involved in a shooting and a robbery where the shooting victim would die on May 23rd, 2016. Bob O was charged with murder, where his murder charges was dropped in 2017. His bond was set at $100,000. Bob O was then released from Cook County Jail on March 6, 2017 at 11 p.m. After a friend bonded him out, he was shortly picked up by a friend in his car. Just 30 minutes after getting released, 2 shooters started to shoot at Bob O. Bob O's car would eventually crash, leaving him dead, and the 2 shooters managed to escape on foot, and his alleged killers is from 051. But on September 1st, 2019, 051 will lose one of their most notable members. Plus, he was one of the most high-ranking members in the gang, which was Yarmel Williams, aka 051 Melly. 051 Melly was responsible for a lot of murders. Plus, 051 Melly was known to be cool with a lot of people, and Melly would attend a house party with Gyro City members and FBG Duck after one of FBG Duck's friends passed away. While at the party, someone would start shooting at Melly, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. Melly was one of the most dangerous shooters in 051 Young Money and was top priority on most people's hit list. So getting this gang member out the way was a big score for the ops.
You finna leave, my boy?
Yeah, I'll come right back, man. I gotta go. Slide! It's my little brother's birthday. I gave him a present. Slide!
It didn't matter which set really killed him. All the ops celebrated after Melly died. Lil Durk was known to sneak diss Melly in some of his songs too. And up to date, 051 Young Money is going strong with many active members. But that'll be about it for 051 Young Money. Make sure you like or dislike, comment, and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments who y'all want to see next. And as always, stay blessed and stay well. Yeah, I'm out.